not covered under warranty because of that.
Take the slip road to M6, then merge onto M6.
So we're off to Rhino Installs Limited in Preston. Good morning, I've just stopped at Kiel Services. I'm doing a 5-hour round trip to Preston to have an upgrade. So far we've got a number of upgrades on the van. We've got the awning, we've got the gas low system, we've got the radio system.
New writer called Jimmy O'Connor. Roger introduced me to Jimmy, and immediately, what a man. What a man.
Radio system is okay, it's got CarPlay, etc. I wouldn't buy it again. I'd go for the, this is Pioneer, I would go for the Ford version if I had another van. Not least because it does these things. You just saw me switch it off and it's switching itself back on. But also, when we had a problem with the vehicle battery and I needed them to do an electrical test, they were going to charge me £600 to do, this is Ford, they were going to charge me £600 if it wasn't their fault. In other words, if it was a fault of this radio. Luckily I went back to the dealers and it was a fault of the radio, so just be careful with that. It's not covered under warranty because of that. £600 for a diagnostic test, electrical diagnostic test by Ford, and that wasn't put in by Ford, so they were going to charge me. So these sorts of things are worth knowing when you do those sorts of upgrades. The awning and the radio were part of a show deal, and we had the gas fitted as an extra, and that's been invaluable. So cheap to fill. But now we're going for a camera upgrade. So the camera on the van is just a single lens camera, and it points down when you go into reverse. It doesn't show you a continuous view behind the vehicle when you're driving. You can adjust it, so you could tilt it up and you can get the display to stay on all the time, but then obviously you don't get the view that you need to when you're reversing close up. So the more expensive vans have twin camera system. We're going for a one lens system that will actually pretend to be two. So we're off to Rhino Installs Limited in Preston. To the camera system, I'm going to have to put the vehicle on. The camera we have now, again, it's a Pioneer system. The Pioneer system comes with the vans from 2003, certainly this is a 2003. So you saw it switch on. It is a dash cam as well, but I've also got my 4K dash cam in front of it, so there's no card in this now. If I tap it, it will show the forward view. That's what would be on the dash cam, and you can swap it over. So, all right, you can't swap it over. Why is that? That's recording. Right, there's the view behind. So I can do that manually, and you've got both views there, and you can get them to stay on. So what normally happens when I go into reverse, it will show me just behind the van. Now when you're overtaking, you'll know if you've got a caravan or a motorhome, it's sometimes difficult to judge the length of your vehicle when you're passing HGVs, etc. And quite nicely, HGVs will flash you in, both caravans and motorhomes, to tell you you've passed. But on my caravan that I had before this, I fitted a camera at the back, and it was so much easier. And if you can see that continuous view, you know, if you can see the front of the HGV in your camera, then you can move in without them flashing you, because not all of them flash you. But more recently, when I was on the NC500 in Scotland, if you've been watching those vlogs, some cars can get very close behind you and you can't see them in either mirror if they're right behind you. So I was on the NC500 Saw a bunch of motorbikes coming towards me. I stopped because I was just coming out of a passing place, and I went to reverse back into the passing place and got a panic toot from behind me. I couldn't see anything in my mirrors, and a local, I think he was delivering fish because he passed it several times, so he was so close behind me that he obviously panicked when he saw my reverse lights coming on, and I had a panic toot from behind me and I couldn't see him. But the camera was showing me like 2 foot behind, but it obviously panicked him. I would have seen him within the 2 foot, but if it's running all the time, I would have known he was there. So this isn't the cheapest system. It costs more than the twin camera system, I think, but it's just a very neat system. It's going to be wired in, so it's going to take about 4 hours, they say. But they're also going to wire in my 4K Bots Lab dash cam there, because that's running down that's just going into a plug there, and if you knock that, the dash cam doesn't like, you know, a sudden change of, it loses contact for a little bit. So we lost some footage off that, because I was using that to film the roads. We lost some footage because it played up at that point, and it is just because of the connection, because we've tried it. So we lost some footage on the Hoy because of it. So they've kindly said that they will wire that in for me. I've wired those sorts of things in on cars, but I think the fuse box is down there. I think, I'm not sure. Might as well have the professionals do it if I can. So let's go off to Preston. I've just arrived at Rhino Installs. Just had a talk through of what they're going to do. I'm going to leave the other camera on there because of so it doesn't disturb any seals. I'm going to put the new camera below it, otherwise it won't look that good. It's a little bit odd seeing someone else drive it. And take the cables down through the boot and underneath, because it's a wired system we're putting in. And there we go. So we're going to go and find the waiting room. Been given a code to get in. Well, this is very nice. And the waiting area is up here, and it doesn't have any signs outside, so a lady saw I was lost and let me in, gave me the code. Well, she did the code. It's very nice. Little kitchen, TV and toilets. So we'll be using all of those, I'm sure. Bought some work to do. Bought some video editing to do as well. Oh, that's brilliant. Because I was thinking about that. Okay.
Yeah,
That's fine. That's brilliant.
under promise and over deliver is what I always say. Make it worse, and then when you make it better, it's even better then, isn't it? So you've got your,
Oh, that is brilliant.
so that's your driving, and then when you go into reverse,
Wow. That is so much better than the other system.
yeah.
I mean, that's just a really good one in reverse as well.
Yeah. And there's
And
your
the picture's so
differences.
good.
Yeah.
Because some people, they said, oh, yeah, we just tilt ours up. But then
Yeah.
you haven't got the one going down.
Down.
And
That's it. Oh, he's
I
finding
use
that.
that so much.
And it's just finding that fine line. When you do that, you're going to find that fine line. But yeah,
Yeah.
with that, then you have, like I say, you've got your full, the back, you can literally, if you see that inch gap there now,
Yeah.
you probably look at the back and see how close I am to that white line.
Yeah, and I've been fairly close. Those sorts of things.
So yeah, and then it just goes off at ignition.
That is brilliant.
Sometimes night driving, it can be a bit glurry.
Right.
Knock it off.
Yeah.
I've had it when I've had cameras in past, and when especially when it's dark, it becomes
Too
quite
much.
light. And
Yeah.
it's not really something.
Yeah,
new
same
when
with
it's
sat
pitch
navs
black,
and
yeah.
stuff, isn't it?
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
But
That is brilliant. Thank you
glad
very
that
much.
we've done that lead as well for you. That.
So I've left Rhino Installs now. So I've just pulled into Charnock Richard Services. I think that's what it's called. It was the first one down from Preston after leaving Rhino Installs. Just stopped to sort myself out and get some nibbles and things to eat on the way back. Got about 2.5 hours journey ahead of me. And it's amazing the difference this has made just in that short, I suppose I've been driving about 15 minutes. Just having this facility, it's literally like having your eyes open for the first time, as this is normally blacked out where you're driving. Just to have that ability to see what's behind you, I can't describe what it's like having not had that, to suddenly have it is amazing. I think it's exceeded my expectations of what I was expecting that to be, but just overtaking lorries and things, it was just so easy. You saw it appear and you knew you could come back in, didn't need to wait for them to flash you. So I am very, very pleased with that, and it seemed to be cheaper than I was expecting as well, and on top of that they wired in my dash cam for free. So I'm very, very pleased with the Rhino Installs. Certainly look them up. I'm now thinking, if I do go to air suspension, they do all those sorts of things. They do the Wi-Fi connections, they do lithium batteries, all sorts of things. Have a look at their website. I'll put it in the description. And if this has been useful for you, don't forget to give us a like and subscribe. And I'm going to try and hook up a camera behind me if I can do it safely, so I'll include some of that on the footage as I finish, if I can. So this is the general view at the moment as a rear view camera, and now if I go into reverse, I can see just behind, I can even see the writing on the back of Gustav. In fact, here we are, it says Gustav upside down. Let's see what it's like on the motorway. Yep.
Take the next right towards M6, then take the slip road to M6. Take the slip road to M6, then merge onto M6.
Lots of potholes. We're on the M6, it's quite busy. It's quite nice to see those cars in the rear view mirror as well as in the wing mirrors. We'll overtake in a minute, just see what it's like. So there's the start of the lorry appearing in my camera. See the front, so I can go in. Back slowly. Large train, just passing it. In the camera, there's the front. Excellent. Okay, just very quickly, I'm not going to be driving in the dark for a bit, so I'm just going to show you what it's like in the dark. That's with the brake lights on, and that's the main view into reverse. That's with reversing lights on where I'm parked at the moment. What I can say is, as it was getting dark last night, it still looked like it was daylight looking at this mirror. It was very, very good at adjusting to the conditions, and you could see everything.